Hello, everyone. Mega Mike the Movie Man here. Good to see everybody. So this is just going to be a general Q&A, so you can ask me any questions you'd like. So go ahead and write a lot of questions down in the comments. We can talk anything: movies, TV shows, streaming, yeah, name it. We'll talk about it. Physical media topics, collections, whatever it might be, anything we watched recently, definitely any comments like that. I would be happy to answer for you all. So go ahead and write some comments down there in the chat, and hopefully we get a lot of questions so we can keep this live streaming going for quite some time. And howdy out there. I think we have uh, only a couple people in here right now. So hopefully we do get some good questions in here. But yeah, definitely write down some questions. And then we can definitely talk some movies here. I can also talk about what movies I've watched recently, different pickups I got. I got a pretty good deal from Target actually recently with a buy two get one free deal. So I can definitely show those off as well. Any comments for me? Any comments for me? Just let me know. Go ahead and write those in the chat. But I will definitely show off what movies I just picked up recently from Target in my buy two, get one free deal. So I saw this deal at Target, buy two, get one free. So I'm like, oh, I got to pick up on this deal. And a lot of these movies were on sale already. So not only did I get a third one free, a lot of these movies I got heavily discounted, which was fantastic. So I was super excited about that. So I finally picked up my copy of King Richard. Yeah, I finally picked up my Blu-ray of this movie right here. And I was so excited to finally get this one on physical media. It still had the slipcover, which was really nice. And guess how much this one cost? This was $10. Yeah, $10 for a Blu-ray of a newer movie. Wow. And it had the slipcover still, so that was absolutely fantastic. To me, this was my second favorite movie of last year, so I really had a good time with this movie, and it was just as entertaining the second time watching it at home. So, really good theater experience I had with it, but then also just had a good viewing experience of it on the Blu-ray. So, really enjoyed picking this movie up. Let me know if you've seen King Richard out there. All right, next I picked up Dune. Yes, I picked up my 4K copy of Dune. Yes, I was excited to finally get this one. I was going to wait off on this one. I was thinking about it. Should I get this one? Should I not get this one? But I decided, hey, I might as well get it. It's on sale. It was like under 13 bucks. I think it was 12.99, and it was still part of the buy two get one free deal. So I'm like, ooh, a 4K under 13 bucks of a newer movie. And wow, this movie looks fantastic in 4K. The visuals are outstanding on this one. It looks so good in the theater. I'm like, can they do that at home as well on the disc? And yes, definitely on the 4K disc. It comes through really nicely. All the environments. And this movie has a lot of different environments, a lot of different kinds of landscapes. The desert scenes and the sand, and just how the sand like floats in the wind. It just looks so nice in 4K. And then this movie also sounds really good with the Dolby Atmos soundtrack. So this movie really is a well done movie in terms of visuals and sound. So I really enjoyed picking up Dune on 4K, and this one once again under 13 bucks, totally worth the price. So happy to add this one to the collection. I was going to hold off on this one because I'm pretty sure they're going to release a double pack of this one in the future with part 2, because this is only a part 1 story. So I was a little disappointed with this movie because it is just a part 1 story, but it's a good start to a story, and once part 2 comes out and it's complete, then I'm really gonna enjoy, hopefully part 2. So, really enjoyed this one, and this disc had an awesome set of bonus features, special features on it. So I really got to learn a lot about the movie, and it's basically like Game of Thrones, but in a sci-fi setting. So really, really interesting to learn about all the different houses and how they vie for power and the importance of spice and all the different just planets and environments they go to. Really, really interesting movie. So yeah, I did enjoy picking up this 4K. Definitely a good deal with the buy two, get one free. All right, let's see if we have any questions here. Ooh, Dominican Scott is making a hamburger. That sounds delicious. You know, a good cheeseburger. You know what? I was thinking about a cheeseburger myself today, and you know what? Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry now that you mentioned a hamburger. So that'd be good. Anything on the cheeseburger, Dominican Scott? Is it a cheeseburger, or did you get cheese on there? You get some lettuce, some tomato. Do you put condiments on there? How do you like your cheeseburger? What's the best kind of cheeseburger to you? I'd be curious to know that. All right, and then from Low, what sparked your passion for movies? I've been an avid reader since childhood. I was so excited to see the written word on screen. Been a movie lover ever since. So I've been a big fan of movies for as long as I can remember. I always would watch movies when I was a kid. That was one of my go-to just fun activities that I enjoyed. And so my parents would always take me to movies, both my dad, my mom, always would go to movie theaters, and that was just kind of our outing experience. That's what we would do. So that would be our kind of our main go-to place. And so just over the years, just seeing so many different movies and then seeing so many ones that I did enjoy, it just kind of sparked that interest a little bit for me and get me more excited about movies and just enjoying them because it was a fun activity, and then I just kept watching more and more movies. All right, let me get a drink right here. Yeah, and I've just been watching more and more movies. I'm really getting into movies, you know, the really probably I would say even more so past 5 years, really going into movies pretty deeply, seeing a lot of the classic movies, just the all-time iconic movies, going back to movies that I may have missed because I wasn't alive during that time. So just getting caught up on all the best movies of all time and just being mesmerized by what I could see on screen. And to me, movies are really the best experience you can have for, you know, not that much effort when you think about it. To me, it's kind of the best bang for the buck because, you know, I have a movie theater pretty close by to me, but you can go to so many different places within a movie. So many different stories can be told, and it just transports you to another place, and you get to have those experiences. And to me, that's really what, you know, entertainment does, different forms of media and entertainment. And to me, why I prefer movies so much, because there's different ways to get entertainment. You can watch TV shows, you can read books, you can play video games. There's so many different options out there. But what I really like about the movies is that, well, a few different reasons. First, you know, they're pretty short relatively, you know, say to a book, right? You can get through a movie anywhere from like an hour and a half to a few hours for a longer movie. And so you get it, have all those experiences in a shorter amount of time, and you can just be transported anywhere with a movie. So it's like going to basically just kind of like an entertainment paradise when you think about it. And there's so many movies out there. It's unlimited. To me, the more I learn about movies, the more I know, wow, I haven't seen hardly any movies in comparison to the movies that exist out there because there's always so much more to watch. So it's something that I can keep doing because there's so many movies. No matter how many movies I watch, I'm never going to be able to see everything. And that just makes it a fun experience because there's always something new for me to enjoy. So, to me, being able to get those experiences in a relatively short amount of time, not really have to, go too far to it. And I mean, there's so many options to get movies too. You think about it, theater, physical media, streaming. You just have so many choices there to make it convenient. And so to me, the movie theater is the best experience. To me, movie theaters and just getting movies are relatively cheap compared to other forms of entertainment. You think about it, you go to, sporting events or concerts or theme parks. I mean, really fun events, but they're a lot more expensive, right? A lot more time consuming, usually involve a lot more travel. So to me, that's why I always say, movies, it's the best bang for the buck because you can get a lot of great experiences with really a relative short amount of effort and expense, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So I just enjoy watching movies, talking about movies with others. And that's how I know my passion is towards movies because I can talk about movies all day, and that's why I like to see a lot of questions in here. So keep the questions coming so I can talk more about movies. I can answer any questions you have about movies. So hopefully that did answer that question a little bit. I feel like I could make, like a 3 hour video on that, what sparked my passion for movies. But really, it's just about being in a great community and being in a entertainment paradise, and just experience so much through different movies, especially with all the different genres out there. You can watch movies to motivate you, inspire you, and just movies to, just astound you how they look. So, I mean, really, so many things you can do with movies with the so many genres out there. Maybe I'll think of more stuff to add to that as we go, or more people get some more questions with that. Okay, so Keith Black says, when it comes to movies based on books, are you a movie first or a book first person? So I'm a movie person, just in general. I'm always movies. So I probably wouldn't go the book first, especially if there's a movie option, I'm taking the movie option just because it is a shorter amount of time. And so, if I read a book, it could be great, but if it ends up, maybe not being a book I really enjoy, then I feel like, oh, I invested a lot of time in it and it didn't really turn out the best for me. And once again, a book is it's more active, right? You got to flip the pages, you got to actively read through it. So it takes more effort than seeing a movie. To me, movies are great because you can, have them around you in so many different ways. Like when I do my workouts, I'll also watch a movie because a movie's a little bit more passive. You don't have to actively flip through the pages of a book. You could do something else while also watching a movie, which I think is pretty awesome as making it a more passive activity watching a movie. So yeah, I personally, because I'm a movie person, I would go see the movie first. But I know a lot of people, they'll say the book's better, right? Because you get more time to flesh out the story in the book, get more background to the characters, more details within a book. But I've just always been a movie person, so more of a movie person than a book person. So I go with the movie, and when I see a movie, I always judge it based off the movie, right? Even if I've, read about it before in a book, or even like comic book movies, if it has comic book source material, I never judge it off of the book because I know it's an adaptation. So to me, it doesn't have to be exactly like the original source material or the original book. To me, I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for, okay, so now how you adapted it to the big screen. Is this a compelling story? Is this an intriguing story? Are the characters interesting? Does the story inspire me in any way? What entertainment value does it bring as it being adapted to the big screen? So I really try to leave my expectations out the door when I go see the movie. I just go, I see the movie, and then as I see the movie, then I will judge the movie after that, but after first giving it a fair shot, of course, just watching it through. So yeah, I'm definitely a movie person, so I'll go see the movie, and yeah, I can get through a lot more movies quickly rather than trying to get through books. Books could take, quite some time, whereas movies, once again, I can be in and out in a couple hours or so. But Keith, I would be curious. Let me know. Are you a big book person? And then do you usually like reading the books first, going to see the movies, or do you see the movies first, read the books? And how does that change your perspective on those movie adaptations? I'd be curious to know that, Keith. So definitely let me know that. Hopefully that answered the question. All right, Dominican Scott says, I'm currently using pickles, vegan dressing, ketchup, and mustard. Okay, good. Yeah. You know what? I do like pickles on a burger, so I'm all for that. I know some people really don't like pickles. I'm all right with pickles. So vegan dressing, ketchup and mustard. I don't think I've tried vegan ketchup or mustard. That'd be kind of interesting to try. I would be totally curious to try that out. I've tried a lot of different ketchups. I've tried organic ketchup, sugar-free ketchup. Yeah, ketchup's great. Really, really like ketchup. I think I'm more of a ketchup person than a mustard person, though. But yeah, great. That sounds. See, now I'm getting hungry talking about this burger. Definitely gonna have to eat something after this. And some corn on the side. Corn is great, Dominican Scott. What do you do with your corn though? Do you put any condiments on that? Any seasonings on it? Anything like that? And what kind of corn? Is it just is it corn on the cob or is it like a cup of corn? I'm a big fan of corn as well. Popcorn. Popcorn is my go-to movie theater snack. So, yeah, what kind of corn are you having on the side? All right, and then we get a question comment here from Lee Everett. Are you still watching movies on DVD or VH, or is it only HD 4K only? So funny. A question there because I do have some VHS right here. This is my VHS original Star Wars trilogy. But the only reason why I got this out was to make the video I made today. I'm not sure if you saw the video yet. The video titled "Should You Destroy All Blu-rays?" I used the VHS as an example in there for one of my talking points, talking about VHSs and basically how yeah, I don't really use VHSs anymore, even though, it's a cool looking box set. They do look nice on the shelf. Of course, they take up tons of room, but also the quality of the VHSs, after you play them so many times, it does degrade in quality, so it just doesn't come out as clear. And so a lot of my movies here actually are now kind of messed up because they've been played so much that it's very unclear when I try to watch them again. So that's why I'm not a big fan of the VHS anymore personally, even though I have tons of nostalgia for them. We had a lot of VHS growing up, big collection of this. So I do like the memories of them, but in terms of quality, I don't usually use VHS anymore, only for different talking points in my physical media topic video. So that's why I'll bust out these VHS. I actually need to go pick up some more VHS um, from my mom's probably because she has tons of VHS uh, collection. I mean, really, just boxes and boxes full of them. I really like to do a full-on video showing off of the VHS collection because I hundreds of VHS just in boxes that I would like to show off. So I'm gonna have to do that sometime in the future. Now, I do have some DVDs in the collection. I'll show you them right now. Not a whole lot of them though. But I did get these DVDs because they were cheaper price. I got some of them on sale. And so, I'm okay with having some DVDs in the collection. These are some of the DVDs I have here in my collection, some comedies here, which these are actually really, really good movies. Wedding Crashers, in particular, I really, really like. Bridesmaids is pretty good as well. Nobody's Fool is okay, it has its moments. But yeah, I have these on DVD got DVDs at a cheaper price. But now I really try not to get DVDs personally myself. I do acknowledge DVDs are a good option for some people because they are really cheap. So if you're just going for the movie story, DVDs will work fine for that. But really, what I try to collect now are Blu-rays and 4Ks. Blu-rays are actually pretty cheap now to collect as well. You can get a lot of Blu-rays on sale, under $10 even if you find them at a good sale deal, even some cheaper than that, even for a few bucks sometimes if you know where to look. So yeah, I do try to go for high definition, at least Blu-ray, and then I will get movies on 4K of movies that I think I'm gonna watch a lot of times or are my favorite movies. Superhero movies are my favorite genre, for example. So that's why I picked up. If you saw my unboxing of this video, or of this movie, my Morbius steelbook in 4. This one I got pre-ordered from Best Buy. I did a full unboxing of this one on the channel. Definitely check that one out if you haven't seen that video yet. But I picked this up because I'm trying to collect all the 4K steelbooks for superhero movies now. I just really like superhero movies, so I know I'm going to watch them and get the use out of them. So I try to get 4Ks now of movies that I think I'm really going to get the use out of, that I know I'm going to watch a bunch of times, or I have to get them at a really good sale price to where they're basically are as cheap as a Blu-ray. That's why I picked up this Dune 4K, because I got this finally on sale at 12.99 from Target. I didn't want to pay 25 bucks for this when it first came out. I wasn't going to do that, but when it became, under 13 bucks, I'm like, oh, okay, at that point, why not get the 4K? It has a slip cover, so might as well. So that's why I picked up the 4K on this one, even though this isn't my favorite movie of all time, even though I do enjoy it and I think visually and it sounds amazing as well. So really, really good movie making here. But I only got it because it was on sale. If it was on sale, if it was still 25 bucks, I probably wouldn't have picked that up quite yet. So a lot of times I will wait till the 4Ks get on sale. So yeah, mostly I collect 4Ks and Blu-rays, and yeah, sometimes you got to collect the Blu-rays because the movies aren't even on to 4K. So a lot of comedy movies don't even make it to the 4K format. I actually have some examples here of some Blu-rays that I really, really do like. I showed these off in a video I did today too. So these are some comedy movies I really, really like on Blu-ray that are on 4K. Like Career Opportunities is a really, really good movie. This one I recommend to everybody. John Hughes written movie, so really, really funny. I really like this movie, but it's only on Blu-ray. You can't get this on 4K, so you got to collect the Blu-rays. Same with Liar Liar. I have the Shout Factory Shout Select of this one. My probably my favorite Jim Carrey comedy of all time. I really, really like this movie. This one's not on 4K. It's never going to go to 4K. And then Office Space is a really, really good movie as well. Very, very funny. Oh, the stapler scenes are so good with that character on the front. Just makes me laugh thinking about it. But it's a Blu-ray, and this one's never going to get to 4K. I highly doubt it. A lot of comedies won't go to 4K, so you got to have at least the Blu-rays. So I have Blu-rays, I have 4Ks. Like I said, I do have a few DVDs, a few VHSs, but right now where I'm collecting at, I'm trying to get 4Ks and Blu-ray. So I do try to get them at high definition, but I definitely try to get them on sale on some good deals. And yeah, so it just depends. I have to, choose my spots wisely. All right. Thank you so much for the question, Lee Everett. I'd be curious to know, what do you mostly collect as well? Is it DVD, VHS, Blu-ray, 4Ks, and how many do you have of those in your collection? And that reminds me, make sure you all watch my videos that I did post today, a little bit earlier, and yesterday. I answer a lot of good topic questions about the Blu ray disc format and mentioning some of the other formats as well. If you haven't seen, should you destroy all Blu rays immediately or should you destroy all Blu rays today? Two videos, it's in two parts. Got posted, the last couple days. You want to go and watch those videos after this live stream, of course, is over. That would be a big help to me. I appreciate you all for doing that. All right. Oh, and as a reminder, make sure you all throw up some likes to this video. And if you can share out this video to anybody, share it on Instagram, Twitter, repost it on Facebook, whatever it might be. You totally have my permission to repost this video so we can kind of build up this community, grow the channel a little bit. That'd be awesome. And if I can get to, say 500 subscribers, I want to do a giveaway here. I actually have a Wriggle code for some of the Sony movies, Sony superhero movies, like Venom 2, Morbius, Spider-Man No Way Home. I have a code that's good for all three of those movies digitally. Want to give that code away. Hopefully, it still works. But if I get to like 500 subscribers, I'll totally do that giveaway. If we can do it in this video, I'll totally give it away in this video. If not, a future live stream. But let me check just to see where are we at with the subscriber count, because I want to know where we're at. Because if we do get to the 500 mark, I do want to give away that. We're at 458 subscribers. Okay, so we're still, well, 459 now. That's good. It's gone up a little bit. So if we can get that to 500 subscribers, I really want to get to that goal. I'm hoping at least by the end of this month. Oh my goodness, that'd be so amazing. And I thank you all for making that possible. So yeah, definitely share this video out to people. See if they like movies. See if they'd like to subscribe. Also, just watching the movies all the way through is a big help, because once you watch a movie, well, a video all the way through on my channel, gets recommended out to more people. So that's a big help. And if you have anybody else, in your family, friends that are big movie watchers that watch the videos all the way through, definitely let them know about it. Go to see if you can go to their accounts and see if they want to subscribe as well. And yeah, or if you have multiple YouTube accounts for some reason, I don't know why, but if you do, then hey, why not subscribe on all the accounts? That helps me out uh getting those number boosts for subscribers. So appreciate you all for doing that. All right, let's get to more of these questions. Once again, keep these questions coming in, because I'll go as long as you guys need me for answering these questions. The more questions I'll get, the longer we can get this live streaming going. And, I'll answer anything. So, yeah, definitely throw in those questions about movies, TV shows, physical media, streaming, collecting, whatever it might be. Definitely throw in those questions, especially those really good, difficult thinking questions. I'll definitely answer those as well. So you can try to throw me off if you want with some questions. All right, so let's see here. Dominican Scott says, "Oh wait, before that, Emlo said thank you. Well, thank you so much, Emlo, for your constant support and watching videos. And that was a great comment, a great question. So I was happy to answer that. Hopefully, I answered that well enough. All right, Dominican Scott says it's corn in a can, rinse it off, and add some butter in the pot, boiled it for a couple minutes, and put salt and pepper, and it's great. That does sound good. Yeah, just corn on the side with some butter, some salt and pepper. That does sound delicious. So yeah, I'm all for that. That sounds great. A burger and corn. I don't know if I ever had that combination together though. Burger and a side of corn. I don't think I've had the combination together, but I'm sure it's delicious. So I'd totally be down for that. Lee Everett says, "What is your real life job?" So I work in education, professor work, things like that. So yeah, that's my real life job. But one day I would like to hopefully make this a YouTube channel into a big enough channel where it actually becomes, like a small business, and the channel can basically, bring in some income as well, because that'd be awesome. Just, having a business, enjoying the thing. I really care about talking movies, sharing that passion with people. That would be so amazing. So if I can get, my channel there one day, that would be absolutely amazing. And once again, you all can definitely help with that, with sharing out the videos, watching the videos all the way through, comments, like that's all great. But yeah, that'd be absolutely amazing. All right, Dominican Scott says, I still buy DVD, especially if the title doesn't have a Blu ray at all. Yeah, and that's why DVDs still have merit out there. That's why DVDs are still important. So I'll never tell anybody, hey, you shouldn't be getting DVDs. No, if you like DVDs, get what you like, get the DVDs, because you're right. They may not be on the Blu ray format. A lot of DVDs never make it to the Blu ray format at all. So if you want the movie, well, how do you get the movie? Your only option may be getting it on DVD. So get the movie on DVD. You're gonna enjoy the movie still. You're gonna watch it. Then you might as well have the DVD of it. So yeah, I'm all for people getting DVDs, especially for titles that aren't even on Blu-ray yet. You got to do it if you want the movie. because we got to keep in mind, and that's what I talked about in my last couple videos I did this week, that a lot of movies just aren't going to make it to a higher definition format. Very few movies make it to 4K. It's such a little percent, and very few movies even make it to Blu-ray. More Blu-rays than 4Ks, definitely, but a lot of them just stay in DVD. So, if you want the movie, you got to get the movie. And yeah, so yeah, I'm all for people collecting whatever format they want, whether it's VHS, laser discs, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks. Hey, you're part of the collecting community. You're enjoying the movies. That's the most important thing. I just know personally for me, usually I can find the movies I want to watch on Blu-ray. So now I try to get them on Blu-ray or 4Ks, depending on the deal. All right, let's see. But yeah, good comment there, Dominican Scott, definitely. And I do talk a lot about those points in some of my videos. Yeah, definitely. If you like physical media topics, I have a whole playlist on my channel. Physical media topics. Go to that playlist. There's probably about close to a dozen videos there now. And just kind of marathon it all the way through. We cover a lot of good physical media topics in there. All right, let's see. Emlo says, "What movies are you looking forward to seeing this year?" I'm looking forward to Thor. Ooh, I'm so excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be great. Taika Waititi directing that movie once again. I mean, Taika Waititi to me has mostly done amazing work. Everything he's directed, written, has been absolutely fantastic. Now, I did get a little disappointed with Taika Waititi in Lightyear. He's a voice of one of the characters, and I thought it was okay. I just didn't think it was anything special. And usually, he really brings his A game when he's acting. So I wonder if it was because it was animated, maybe, it just didn't come across as well. It wasn't bad or anything. It was pretty decent for the movie itself. But to me, it wasn't like, oh, his core performance, I think, was awesome. I think his performance in Free Guy as the boss, oh my goodness, amazing performance. And even that small part he had as the original rat catcher in the Suicide Squad movie, that was actually a pretty good performance too for the small part it was. So I was a little let down by his voice acting in Lightyear. Once again, it wasn't terrible. Might have just been how the character was written for that animated movie. Um, but other than that, Taika Waititi has just done a great job with everything. Even the episodes of Mandalorian he's directed, he's done a good job. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for Thor 4. Now, I did like the trailer for the most part, but there was that one little scene in it that kind of threw me off where Lady Thor shows up and then Chris Hemsworth is like Jane. Like I don't know, just the voice kind of threw me off. Kind of felt like Scooby Doo-ish. It was a little cheesy and out of place for me that one part, but the rest of it looked fantastic. So really excited for a Thor: Love and Thunder. I definitely want to do a pre-game show for that and a post-game show. So really excited about hopefully doing that when we get closer to the movie, of course. So would definitely be really excited about that. But if you would be excited about that, seeing a pregame and postgame show for that movie, let me know in the chat as well. Because I definitely want to make the content that people want to watch out there. So I always appreciate the feedback from everybody. Let me know, hey, what type of content do you like seeing on my channel? Do you like seeing physical media topic videos, me doing collection videos, haul videos, post game shows, pre game shows? What are some of your favorites that I do on my channel? That way I can know, hey, more what to produce for y'all because I want to make content you all enjoy. And of course, I have the YouTube analytics that does help me out. And I have seen that a lot of people do like the physical media topic videos. At least that's getting a lot of views and view time. So that's why I've been trying to do more of those every week. So I'm trying to go where people want to see the channel go on here. So yeah, definitely give me that feedback of what do you like to see out of my channel. Yeah, I actually have some really interesting ideas too. If I could get, some team members on my channel, some co-hosts, just, through like Zoom or something like that. where we could do some live streams and do like physical media report shows, like physical media news shows, like but with a bunch of different co-hosts. I think that would be a lot of fun. So if you all know anybody, tweet at them, message them on Instagram, say, hey, Mega Mike the Movie Man has an awesome idea for a physical media team up show of co-hosts. Maybe you should mention it to him, and maybe you all can pair up for that. That would be super awesome. I'd be super excited about doing something like that because I really feel like I need another co-host for that kind of show. Um, that have really good discussions back and forth. So I would really like to do that. So, if anybody knows anybody that's interested in that, I can talk some movies, let me know. All right, let's get to some comments here. Yeah. Oh well, low. Yeah. So yeah, definitely Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else coming out in the summer that I'm super excited about? I don't know if there's anything else I'm super excited about, but yeah, I am excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. Maybe Jordan Peele's new movie Nope. That looks kind of like an interesting horror, suspense, thriller kind of movie. And so I'm curious about that one, but I don't know how excited I am about that. I'm curious about Black Phone because I've heard great things about that horror movie, so I'm intrigued by that one. But I'm trying to think, is there any other big movies coming out this summer? If anybody else knows any other ones that are coming out this summer, let me know in the comments. Something that I should be looking forward to. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now. But yeah, I'll definitely be seeing lots and lots of more movies this summer. But I don't know how anything's going to top Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is just such a good movie. I mean, oh my goodness, that's my favorite movie of the year so far. So yeah, I wonder if we can get to that level again this year. All right, Dominican Scott says my favorite Jim Carrey movie is easily The Mask. Ooh, that is a good one. Yeah, I really like The Mask. I have to see it again though, because it's been, a little while. But that would be one I would watch all the time as a kid. Really like The Mask. Yeah, Jim Carrey was so good in that role. Oh my goodness, just how he moved all over the place. Oh my goodness, it was fantastic. So yeah, gotta watch that one again. So good. But yeah, I still think Liar Liar is my favorite Jim Carrey movie. But Jim Carrey has so many good movies. It's tough to think of a bad movie that Jim Carrey's been in. All I can think of are like really entertaining movies, um, like Dumb and Dumber and The Cable Guy. I mean, such good movies. His movies always make me laugh. Great in the Sonic movies. So, yeah, I really can't think of a bad Jim Carrey movie off the top of my mind. But if you can think of one, let me know. But yeah, The Mask is a great one. All right, we got George Film here. Hi, hello, George Film. Thank you so much for being here. What's your opinion on Redbox? Do you like it? I've loved it for as long as I can remember. So I used to use Redbox. I actually did a movie news roundup episode on this one time talking about Redbox because Redbox is now being bought by a different company. So I don't know what they're going to do with Redbox anymore. Oh, you know what? They were bought by the company Chicken Soup Entertainment, I think it was called. They're the ones that are in charge of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and that book series. And also, I think they're in charge of, is it Crackle, that streaming service? It might be that one. But I know they want to now use Redbox more for streaming in some way. That's why they bought Redbox. So I'm going to be curious to see what they do with that there. But just in terms of Redbox, going to rent a movie or rent a video game, I used to use them. Before I got into really collecting physical media and owning the movies, putting them on the shelf, yeah, there would be times I would go to a Redbox and, get the movie. But I do know, sometimes it would stress me out a little bit because I'm like, oh, I got to make sure I return this movie in a day or two because I don't want to get charged for the movie, so I got to make sure I watch the movie. I got to make sure I return the movie. So sometimes that would stress me out just a little bit. So I haven't used Redbox in a long time, just because I've been more into collecting movies, buying movies. But let's say if I wasn't into buying movies, I wanted to save some money. yeah, I totally would go for just renting out of a Redbox. I mean, why not? Good deal. And they always had some good coupons with Redbox. I know I'd get tons of coupons in the email that would be like, buy one rental, get one free, or you buy for one night, you get a second night free. So yeah, they used to have good Redbox coupon deals. So yeah, Redbox was all good and fun. I don't think they're going to be around though for that much longer now that they got bought with this new deal. And a lot of people haven't been using red boxes. At least when I go, to the store, grocery stores where the red boxes are located, I don't see anybody at them. Everybody just walks on by. I never see a line at them. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen actually somebody get a movie out of the red box. I'm sure they have. I'm never there in that moment. So I think red boxes are going to be, eliminated in the near future. I would say maybe in a few years. I mean, at the latest, a decade. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna be having, much red boxes in the future just because I think they're going downhill in terms of sales, if I remember correctly. But yeah. But my experience with them was always fine. Yeah, I can't remember a really bad experience with them. So yeah, I've always been okay with them. All right, Dominican Scott, what TV shows do you have? Do I have or that I'm watching? I don't have a lot of TV shows on physical media. I probably have a couple sitcoms like King of Queens and The Big Bang Theory, because those are my favorite sitcoms of all time. So I have those. I have some of the DC live action shows on physical media as well, but not a whole lot of shows on physical media because I'm more of a movie person. I'll collect and buy more movies. Now, for shows I'm watching, though, I am watching a lot of streaming shows right now because there's a lot of good superhero shows going on. I'm watching The Boys, so I'm all caught up on that. I'm also watching Miss Marvel. I might be an episode behind on Miss Marvel now. I might be caught up though. I have to think about it. But yeah, Miss Marvel. Been watching Obi-Wan. And so those are the shows I've been watching. Also, I've been watching like America's Got Talent, things like that. So those have been the main shows I've been watching. Also, I'll watch episodes of Seinfeld here and there when I need just some easy watching sitcom, something to laugh a little bit that's short. I'll turn on Seinfeld. So yeah, those are the shows I'm currently watching. But if there's any good shows you recommend out there, let me know if there's any good shows on any of the streaming platforms. I believe I have access to most of them. So yeah, just let me know if there's any show I should be watching. All right, let's see. Lee Everett says, "What kind of TV and Blu-ray player do you have at home?" So I don't know. I'm trying to think of the brands off the top of my head. I have a 4K player for like my family room TV, and then I have a Blu-ray player for my bedroom. And so the Blu-ray player is just like a Sony Blu-ray player, pretty cheap. I think it was like probably like 50 bucks or so. The 4K player was more expensive. I think that one was over a couple hundred, and that's I think it's a Samsung 4K player. I think it was during the time that Samsung was making players because Samsung doesn't make any players anymore. I don't think. So I think it was a Samsung 4K player. I think so. But yeah, those are the 2 players I have, and then, of course, I have the consoles, like a PlayStation 4 that can play movies, an Xbox One that can play movies. So I have a few different, disc playing, devices around me here at my house. So, yeah, that's what I use, for my players. In terms of TVs, though, you have a few different TVs, nothing like super outstanding. Where they're like, I really would like a really large TV that's like 100-inch plus TV. But I think my biggest TV I have is around that 60-inch mark. It's still a 4K TV, but it's one of the cheaper brands. I think it's an RCA TV. I want to say. So it's not like the best TV out there by any means. Maybe in the future, I'll get a really nice 4K TV, a really big one with a really nice Dolby Atmos like speaker setup. I do use a sound bar right now. The sound bar is pretty good actually, but if I could get like a full on Dolby Atmos, 7-piece speaker set, that would be pretty awesome. I would really like to do that in the future, but that would be probably a long ways off. But maybe in the future. But Lee Everett, hopefully that answers the question, and let me know what kind of setup you have as well. What players do you use? I know I should get a region free Blu-ray player, but I'm pretty sure my Blu-ray player isn't region free. Uh, so I should probably have one of those. But I think my 4K player can play region free, can it? No, maybe it can't play region free. No, probably not. But 4Ks, it doesn't matter for regions on that, just Blu-ray. So yeah, I probably do need a region free player. That's probably something I should get, but it's all right. Yeah, I don't buy really anything imported or anything like that. So I'm usually fine with the movies I get. If I did start buying imports of movies overseas and whatnot, yeah, that's when I would definitely need a region free player. All right, George Film says, "Who would you want Ezra Miller be replaced with as Flash?" Um, well, that one rumor that came up with Dylan O'Brien, that actor that was in Love and Monsters. I really like that movie. I think that would be a decent Flash replacement. But I think there's probably a bunch of actors that could replace the Flash. No problem. I'm sure there's hundreds out there that could definitely do the job well. So off the top of my head, can I think of anybody? It's just going back to the ones that people have mentioned 100 times now. Going to the TV Flash like Grant Gustin. I think that'd be cool to see Grant Gustin as the movie Flash as well. I'd be totally down for that too. But other than Grant Gustin and Dylan O'Brien, I really can't think of another actor off the top of my head. But I'm sure there'd be tons of actors that would work perfectly as the Flash. So but George Film, do you have any suggestions on some good replacements? Definitely let me know. All right, George Film says, "Oh, I would definitely watch the pregame for Thor." Good. I'm excited about that. So when I hear that, that means I definitely want to do a pregame show for Thor: Love and Thunder, and definitely a postgame show because I can talk superhero movies all day. So if you guys have any superhero questions, let me know in the chat. Superhero movie questions as well. Let me know those because that's my genre. That's my go-to genre. All right, let's see. Dominican Scott, what television did you watch, but unfortunately was canceled too soon? Oh, so what television shows have I watched that were canceled too soon? I don't think I've ever had that problem because I don't watch a lot of television shows. And usually, what I'll do with television shows is usually wait till they've done their full series run because then I can, see, oh, did people really like the television show? Did it end well? Is it worth my time? Because I have been, you know, uh, done wrong before with TV shows where I was, keeping up with them. I remember Lost. I was watching the Lost TV show. I would watch every season, and I really liked the show. And I was going so good, but then it got to the last season, last episode. I was really disappointed with it. And so ever since then, I've been, kind of hesitant of shows. I'm like, you know what? Let the TV show run all the way through. Then if it ends well, or I hear it ends well, then I'll go and just binge the whole series. So that's kind of been my strategy now, just because Lost did me so dirty that, yeah, I still never recovered from the Lost series. Maybe that one should have ended sooner rather than later. Also, with shows like Game of Thrones, I know I waited on that one quite a bit. And once the seventh season was done, then I watched all 7 seasons. And I'm glad I did that because if I was watching from the beginning and then we got to that eighth season, I was so disappointed with that eighth season. Watching that, I'm like, oh my goodness, if I've been watching this for years and years and years, investing my time in it, and then I got to that eighth season, I'm like, oh gosh, I would have been like, "Oh, so many years wasted watching this show." I would have been so disappointed. So that's what I usually do with TV shows. Is just wait for them to be completely finished, and then I'll go and watch them. But interesting question. So I don't think that's really ever happened to me though. So a Dominican Scott, definitely let me know if you had any shows like that. Let's see. George Film says, "Did you see the short teaser for the Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbird and Snake?" No, I have not seen that. Was that a good little teaser? Now, for the Hunger Games, I have not seen every Hunger Games movie. I've only seen the first two. I was pretty disappointed with how the second one went, so I never did watch Mockingjay. Just I couldn't do it because I really like the premise of the first Hunger Games. I thought that movie had an interesting premise, you know? It's like this tournament, you know, people fighting to the bitter end. It feels very like Mortal Kombat like. So I like that idea. And so I was all for it. The second movie, it was like, you know, a tournament of champions, of winners. I'm like, oh, this is a really cool idea. But then they end it like halfway through the tournament, and then it becomes something different. It becomes like a political, like war movie. And I'm just, I'm not feeling that. I want to get back to the tournament, you know, Mortal Kombat style. That's when I like Hunger Games. So I like that initial premise, but then I think when it gets into, you know, the other ones, it just kind of goes off the rails. So that's why I was done after that second movie. I'm like, nah, I don't think Mockingjay is gonna be for me, personally. But I don't know. Did people like that one? Let me know if you all like that one out there. I know they did two parts to it too. I don't like when they do two parts to movies either, so that wasn't a big exciting selling point to me either. But yeah, so I guess the Ballad of Songbird and Snake. I'm guessing, is that going to be a TV series, or is that going to be a movie? Let me know. All right, George, film. I agree with you on the Flash. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I think those would work as replacements. Lee Everett. I have a Sony Blu-ray player and another one from Panasonic. I also have an Xbox Series X and one region-free DVD player. See, I need the region-free player. Yeah, it's always good to have a backup. I probably should have a backup Blu-ray line, Blu-ray player lying around. I should, but. Well, you know what? Actually, I kind of do because my consoles can play Blu-rays. So, you know, I still have like the PlayStation 3 and things like that. So between my consoles, I probably have about five different players. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good to have. I think that works. Good thing for the consoles. Because if I didn't have the consoles, then I'd be a little afraid if my Blu-ray player broke, because a lot of companies aren't, you know, manufacturing Blu-ray players anymore. So hopefully they're around a little bit while longer, but I do get worried, you know, what's it gonna look like 5 years from now or 10 years from now? Oh, and how's that Xbox Series X? That sounds awesome. I don't have any of the latest consoles that just came out, so you know, any good games you playing on them, let me know. I remember when I did play Xbox, I really liked Gears of War. That was like my go-to series on the Xbox. And then also on the Xbox One, I got Killer Instinct. I thought that was a pretty decent fighting game as well, even though I'm more of a Mortal Kombat fan. Let's see. George Film says, I have a Sony Blu ray player like three others. See, it's good to have the backups. You got to have the backups. The teaser was decent. It was kind of short, though. Well, it's a teaser. I guess that would make sense. The teaser just kind of gives you a feel, I guess, of the tone of the movie. And then probably the trailer will flush it out more what the story is, the characters are. All right. Well, Mockingjay wasn't the best movie or book. The movie was split into two parts, which were basically one story and one action. The teaser was a prequel. Was for a prequel movie. Okay, so it's going to be a movie. If it's going to be a movie, probably gonna have to see it and do a little short reaction to it. So I probably will end up seeing it. Oh, then that means I have to go back and watch the Mockingjay movies. It's overdue. I should definitely go see the Mockingjay movies at least once. So I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, definitely gonna have to do that. But yeah, a prequel movie. Like, is the movie gonna be about how they thought of the Hunger Games and how that all came about? That sounds very intriguing. Yeah, I'd be curious about that. So yeah, let's keep adding in some questions, everybody. Let's keep adding in some questions. I know we got four people in here. Let's add some more questions in here. Let's see. George Film, favorite Christopher Nolan movie? The Dark Knight Rises, of course, because that's my favorite movie of all time. Second would be The Dark Knight, because that's my second favorite movie of all time. But if I had to pick a movie, and then probably after that would be Batman Begins. If I had to pick a Christopher Nolan movie, though, that wasn't a Batman movie, what one would I pick? That's a tough one, a tough question I just brought upon myself that I just thought about. You know what? I really don't know. No, I gotta say something though about Christopher Nolan movies. So I do enjoy certain parts of Christopher Nolan movies. I think visually, he's a great visual storyteller. I mean, his movies always look amazing. You can tell there's excellent filmmaking from a visual standpoint on a lot of his movies. So his movies are just like really nice to look at. And so that is definitely a great point to say about Christopher Nolan. But I will have to say that sometimes I do feel like the visuals take precedent over the story and the characters in some of his movies. And so that's when, it's kind of a struggle for me on some Christopher Nolan movies because I'm like, okay, let's get back to the characters, let's get back to the stories. Also, I think with some of his movies, there's some sound mixing issues, like Tenet, the sound on that, oh my goodness, so difficult for me to understand the movie, which maybe that was intentional, but to me that doesn't work. I need to get it on physical disc and put some subtitles on. Maybe that would help me out with Tenet. Um, so yeah, so for him, his movies are hit and miss for me. Um, maybe The Prestige, maybe The Prestige. I might go with that one. I still need to see Interstellar. I know a lot of people really like that one. I have to see Interstellar. I heard it looks amazing. That is on my list, and the 4K is pretty cheap on that if they still have it available. That is one I do have to pick up. I do have to pick up Interstellar. There is one Christopher Nolan movie I absolutely despise, though. There's one movie I do not like at all that I can't watch it again. I can't do it. Does anybody know that movie? It's Dunkirk. I am not a Dunkirk fan. I know there's some people that are fans of Dunkirk. I really did not like Dunkirk. I thought Dunkirk was a snooze fest, and oh my goodness, just so dragged out to tell the Dunkirk story. Oh my goodness, it did not work for me. I think Dunkirk was Christopher Nolan's weaker movie. Absolutely. Yeah, I could not hang with that movie. But I am pretty excited for the new Christopher Nolan movie coming out. Going to be Oppenheimer. I think that can be a really interesting character study. So hopefully, hopefully it turns out good. Um, I always go back to the story and characters. How is the story? How is the characters? I know for a lot of Christopher Nolan movies, I have to, rewatch them a few times to really get it. Because I know with a lot of his movies, it kind of jumps around from place to place. To me, it makes the stories a little bit confusing. And it's like, oh, okay, I got to go back, rewatch it again. Even with the Dark Knight movies, the Batman movies, I had to watch them a few times to really like digest them fully. Which maybe that's like the point. Like, hey, you got to go back and rewatch this movie again to really pick up on everything. So maybe that's the strategy there. But I do know, like, for first viewings of his movies, usually I'm like not the biggest fan of them. But oftentimes when I go back and I rewatch them a few times, I end up liking them a lot more. So maybe that will be the case with some of these other movies that maybe I wasn't a fan of his that I have to go back and rewatch. But I'm still, intrigued to see what he does with Oppenheimer. I'm sure the movie's gonna look good. That's the one thing you can be guaranteed about a Christopher Nolan movie. The movie will look great. I don't know how the sound will be, but the movie will look great. So yeah, well, we'll see how that movie turns out. Are there any other questions here, everybody? I know we've been on here for about an hour now. Is there any other last minute question anybody wants to get in about movies, TV shows, anything you want to talk about with my channel? Any suggestions for videos I should do next week? Maybe some things you're excited for. Let me know. Let's see. A Dominican Scots here says, I know you were not a big fan of this movie, but someone posted on Instagram saying Jurassic World Dominion is getting an extended cut. What do you think? Oh, goodness. They're going to make the movie longer. Oh, no. That movie was way too long as it is. That movie was way too overstuffed. I mean, it's already over 2 hour and 20 minutes. Is it going to be like 2 hour, 40 minutes now? 3 hours? Oh my goodness, that is way too long for a dinosaur movie like this. No, no, no. Yeah. So I'm pretty shocked to hear that. And who I do not know how that movie. Ooh, an extended cut of that one. Huh, yeah, that's one I'm not excited about. I wonder if they're gonna release it in theaters or they're just going to physical disc. probably guess it would just go to physical disc, but I'm not too sure on that. Yeah, wasn't a big fan of Dominion. Unfortunately, I wanted to love the movie, just wasn't there for me. Now, it wasn't the worst movie of all time. I know, I kind of ranted on the movie a little bit in my post game show, but I expected more from the movie, and it had a lot of high potential of bringing back the original legacy characters. And so I thought it could be really good. And, it's the final movie in the trilogy. I wanted to end off on a good note, but just got so convoluted for me. And to me, they didn't have a solid story and script to go along with it. So is the extended cut just going to be more like bad dialogue from the villain? If so, not excited about it. But yeah, so yeah, uh, yeah, yeah. And now when I marathon the Jurassic movies, now I gotta see that one. Oh, maybe I'll leave that one out. I don't know. All right. So George Film says, "Oh, thanks. That reminds me that No Way Home is coming out with an extended cut in theaters. Ooh, I did hear about that, George Film. I might go and see that. You know what? I might go back and see No Way Home because I did see it twice in theaters. I have the 4K copy. Depending on how much is in that extended cut, if I got the time, maybe I will go see the extended cut in theaters. That'd be kind of cool. I think we're supposed to get more Spider-Man with that, right? More Toby and Andrew. I think that's what the extended cut's about. If so, all for that. Let's see. Dominican Scott says, I recommend if you like zombies, check out All of Us Are Dead on Netflix. Oh, yeah. So I heard about that one. I think I heard about that one. Did I hear good things about that one? I think I might have heard good things about that one. You know what? I've never been a massive zombie fan, actually. To me, zombies as like villains, to me, are like my least favorite villains because I don't know, usually well, they don't really have much character, right? Because they're dead, they're zombies. So you don't get too much personality from zombies. They're usually just like "Grrr," running at you or walking at you, all creepy looking. So I've never been a massive zombie fan just because I don't think they have a lot of personality to themselves as a villain for movies. So never been a massive zombie fan. But if they have some good hero characters in there and the human characters are really good, then that can be interesting and I might like it for that. So, that depends on how I guess the story is written for that and how the human characters are. So I might give it a try. I mean, there's some zombie movies I've really enjoyed. Train to Busan is a really, really good movie I liked. Let's see. George Film says theaters are too expensive for me to rewatch. Yeah. Well, see, I got a subscription pass to the movie theaters, so that's why I go to the movie theater so often. So you may think, oh my goodness, this person's going every week to the movie theaters. Reason why is I have my subscription pass. If I didn't have my subscription pass, I wouldn't go as much. I'd be very choosy on what movies to see. But because I have my subscription pass, it doesn't matter how many times I go in a month, it's the same price all month long. It's a subscription. So I might as well go just for the fun of it, get out of the heat. And, I like being in that movie environment. So, yeah, subscription passes are amazing if you have theaters that have them for you. But yeah, definitely want to check that one out. Definitely think I will. So I think that's all of our questions here today. Thank you all for joining me in here, throwing up the likes, leaving all these great comments and questions. Really, some great movie conversations we had today. And I really hope you all can continue to watch my videos and support. Remember, I try to post as often as I can. If I can do it every day, I try to do it every day. So I appreciate every video you can play all the way through, even if it is just as background noise while you're doing something else. It really does help me out. So I appreciate it all. So everyone, take care out there. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.